Hey folks, it's Frithgar here, how you doing? Welcome back to Alps Panorama at the Northern Sea here in Farming Simulator 19. Doesn't say on here, but it takes 100,000 litres at a time when it's drying it out, but overall it's got storage capacity of 2.5 million. Now 2.5 million sounds a lot better. That's a lot more. I like 2.5 million, that's quite a substantial amount, and that's the sort of thing that we can keep going with. Right, that's the sort of thing that is not going to cause us any issues. Right. Let's bring you up here. It does depend how long it takes to actually dry the hay. That's kind of one of the crucial bits, is how long it takes to dry that hay that we're getting on there. Now, you are running through the course right here, and that's doing absolutely fine. So I don't know what's happened over there, where we got stuck, and then I kind of need to get it going. I think what I'm going to need to do is I just need to manually go and put it on the start of one of the runs, and then it will carry on from there. So I don't know about that. Oh, you're the one that I wanted. Bring you round here so that we can unload into that trailer right there. There we go. Dump that lot out, and then I want to watch this one go back over, because this, it'll be alright going up there, but then when it comes back, it's going to come up against that island, and we're going to need to go around it. I just want to try this a minute. See if I can figure this. I mean, although it's saying that it's completely full, so yeah, that's the bit that's not really going to make any difference with the course at the moment, is it? So we kind of want to go and get that emptied out. That's why I'm not going to do it. I was just wondering about where I could start the course going in order to make it... Excuse me, I got the hiccups. In order to make it work properly. So, yeah, I'm not actually sure about that. Mowing is going really well. Okay, we've got the course, and it's doing the mowing. And we do have the grass being gathered. We're able to use the same course, and we're able to gather up the grass. That's working really well as well. Okay, it's actually doing what we want it to do. It's just getting it to sort of blend in with doing the travelling. And I've also got that mod over there that is slightly wrong at the moment. So maybe we should actually go over this field and turn it and like spread it out, turn it into hay. Now, I have been told that turning it, regardless of what the stage is on the ground, if you turn the hay, it does speed up how quickly you are how quickly it turns into hay. Right? It does speed the drying process, regardless of the colour. When the colour is like this and it's not the darker green, it won't rot away at midnight, which is something that I previously got wrong, but I've been corrected on that, and so we now know that that is absolutely fine. The bit that I'm unsure about... Oh, right, I do now want to go over to the combine. Right, what are you going to do now? This is the big question, is what is the combine going to do now? Yeah, the bit that I'm unsure about with the Courseplay is how we join the field work with the transport work when I'm doing it like that. I've done it before with unloading the combine, so I've had Courseplay automatically going up, unloading the combine, and then running away again. Now, what are you going to do here? This is the big question, because it doesn't normally recognize if there's a tree in the way. So what I'm thinking is I stop right there, like that, and I'll go Control H on here, and I will, straight like a normal worker, we will change that to a circle, and I will do that left-hand side, like that. And I'll bring that over here slightly, like that. And it should go around the inside of the circle here. So I'm going to get it to do twice around the inside. Yes, it is doing around the inside of the circle. You should just go right round the inside of this circle and just keep going in a circle, bigger and bigger and bigger, until I tell it to stop. I actually tested this in FS19 on my super unrealistic series that I did. And no, I don't have any plans to do another super unrealistic series. I sort of covered most... we looked at a few different things on there, and then essentially all I was doing was modifying mods to be really, really ridiculously big and really fast, and then playing around with them. It was a fun series to do, but I quickly ran out of ideas on it, and I don't think there's really anything to gain from trying to do it all again, because I'm just going to be repeating what I did last time. So no, I don't actually have plans to bring that series back, to those of you who have been asking. I know there are a few of you that really liked it, but no, I don't actually have any plans. Is it going to push past? No, it's just going to say that you've blocked. So I push you out that way a little bit, and then let it start. Yes, okay, it's gone through there, and it's gone and caught up on the next tree. Right. Let's bring you back out over here. We'll try this again, because this time I'm going to just manually start it. Like that. I'm going to bring you out to here. Main reason I'm manually starting it is because once I get over to here, if it was still doing it itself, it wouldn't actually go any further. So I'm going to bring it to there. Then I want to put that one out, and I want to go and get this tractor. And then I want to run back over underneath it and let that one carry on and get that unloaded. The mower is still working through the field over there. Now I'm going to do something I don't normally do. I'm planning to stop my recording session now as I'm unloading this one. It's going to be interesting. You will see in literally just a minute. For me, it's going to be a week before this actually happens. You're going to see if the because I'm planning to stop it now, as soon as we start this. It's going to be interesting to see if the Courseplay course is going to literally carry on, whether it's going to stay loaded with the save game. I have no idea about that bit, so that's going to be something that's going to be quite interesting to find out. Well, I have literally just started recording again, a full week later, as I promised. And the combine has just finished emptying out. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back over to said combine, and I want to do once more around this field. So that's the first thing I'm going to do. Then we're going to go over and actually I'm going to nurse it through this. So let's just drop that one down there a minute. What are you doing? Oh, it didn't even empty it out. It thought about it, but because it was slightly over, I guess as it, you know, when it unloads, it does that thing where it slightly sort of joggles the trailer around as it unloads. It must have done that and just slightly jiggled it over so that it went out of range of the combine unloading. So we'll let it do another time around the edge of this one, and then as soon as it's done this, we can set this combine going back up across the field. Then I want to jump back down there to that mower and see if the Courseplay course will reload and just carry on from where it left off. This is the thing that I'm sort of most interested in, is whether or not it's actually going to do that. I really, really don't know at the moment. It could go either way. It really could. It could be that we've got absolutely no chance whatsoever of it actually working properly, which would be a real shame. I kind of want it to be able to do it. I may not like Courseplay that much, but I still, you know, as I'm going to the time and effort and so on of actually trying to get the thing to work, it would be nice if we could actually have it working. So we'll just let that one come out over to there like that, and I'm going to press H and stop that one there. And then I'm going to bring it out over here, and I'm going to empty out what we've got in here. So I'll bring that out over the trailer there and let it start unloading. And yes, if you look, you can see that trailer is moving away from us right now. Right, it's sliding downhill as we unload. And this is a thing that the game has always done. Whenever you go to unload into a standing trailer, the trailer always slides downhill. It's a very weird thing that it does. Now, I want to go there, and I want that one to keep going, but I don't want it to go around in a circle. I want it to go up and down now, and I want it to go that way first, which means it will go up there, where it should, if all goes well. Now I'll bring this one over to here, and I will start it there. So in theory, it should, yes, it is going to. It stayed on the right side of it. It's going to keep going up through there, and it's going to carry on with that field. So while it does that, we don't want to do anything with you. And I don't want to do anything. There's another thing that we need to check with this one. But no, right now, we want to go... I went the wrong way while I was sort of cycling through everything. We want to go to this one. I'm going to start it up. I'm going to back it up just a tiny little bit like that. And then I'm going to right-click. Now, start course recording, copy course, course generation, calculate field's edge. Let's bring up the map a minute, right there. What field am I in? What field is this? This is... Let's have a look in the map. This is field 3, so that this whole thing is field 3. So I need to do that, and I need to go field 3 mowing is the one that we're using. So I want to load that course there and bring that back. Return to first spot deactivated. Drive course, start course at next closest waypoint. Turn speed is 6 miles an hour. So I can increase that. We'll increase that to 8 miles an hour. Reversing speed is 3, which I will increase to 4. And then we'll go in here and show waypoints right there. So that's all of the waypoints. We've got start course at next closest, nearest. Oh, next closest and nearest. So nearest would just go to whichever is the nearest. First waypoint, current. Start course at current. Probably better to start it at current waypoint, isn't it? If I just start it here. Let me try... Oh, whoops. Current waypoint. We'll start there. So then I want to go to drive course right there. Okay, we'll stop the driver because he immediately started trying to turn just then, instead of carrying on from this exact point right here. And I want it to carry on from this exact point right here. So it's not that one. It's not current way. Oh, that's because that's the waypoint down there. That's the current waypoint down there, isn't it? So, next closest waypoint, nearest waypoint. So let's try nearest waypoint. We'll start that one. There, it's immediately now gone to this waypoint right here. So that's the one that I needed to use so that it will just carry on the course and do everything that we wanted it to do. So I'm going to go back over to there and I'm going to get rid of all of the lines on there now. I don't think we need to have them. And I get rid of that as well. It should now go back through and pick everything up. Next on the list, you are... still sliding down the field. You're sort of doing weird things as far as sliding down the field is concerned. I'm going to turn this one round, and we're going to empty out next, because the combine, I'm hoping, will get back to here and turn round before it actually fills up. So we can just watch that one happen for a minute, and then as soon as that one has gotten back here and has turned round, we can then run alongside it for a bit. So you're doing fine that way. I want to go to this one over here. 88%. Yes, this one's going to be just fine. We've got a huge, great big combine for the grain here. This, I really do like this combine. This combine is absolutely wondrous, isn't it not? Isn't it not? Is it not? Is it not just an absolutely beautiful combine? I mean, look at this thing. It's absolutely enormous. And yes, it would be absolutely fantastic if we could see a tribine in action, see it in the game. I would dearly love to see a mod of a tribine and like certainly at least a reasonable, at least a reasonable mod, because we know that there are really fantastic mods. There are good mods and there are reasonable mods, and then there are mods that, quite frankly, are not all that good. They just look like a bunch of shapes all sort of knocked together and no real textures or anything like that. I don't want a mod like that with a tribine. if we're going to have a tri-bine, considering it's an articulated combine, I would really like to see something that is of this, ideally I'd like to see it of this kind of quality, but I don't think we're going to see something like that unless there's someone who's been working on a tri-bine model for the last 6 to 9 months. Because we do know that there are people out there that do these kind of jobs, and they do some fantastic work on them, but they're not all necessarily going to be very good. And the best ones are the ones that, you know, some of these people, they spend such a long time working on these models. I know, it's such a really long time. And I really do think the tri-bine is such a unique thing, such a unique take on all of it, that it really does kind of deserve that level of attention. And it would be a shame to have the first tri-bine turning up in the game as quite a poor mod, because I don't think it's sort of going to ultimately spoil the reputation of the combine itself, which I don't think would be very good, and that's something that I don't really want to see. Right, that one's just about full. We're going to leave that one where he is. I'm going to go... No, I do want to go this way. There we go. We'll go and get that trailer. I could set a Courseplay course for this one, so that it would go out and then it would come back again, couldn't I? I could. So all I got to do is set it onto here. It would go down to the yard, it would unload, it would come back, and then that would be that. It would be done, and then we could leave it and carry on with the next bit. I don't think I really need to. I'm not going to worry about that, because we're just about done with this field, and it is quite good to be able to go and do this job. Like, it's nice to be able to drive our grain back to the yard and see how it's doing. Although we are we're getting issues with storage space, aren't we? We definitely have some issues with storage space. I know that last week we did have to buy additional storage space. I'm just concerned about how much more storage space we're going to have to buy if we get very much more land. I mean, we got one field there that's all barley, and it depends whether or not we get more land than that with the same crop, because barley and wheat are one of the highest yielding ones unless we do a root crop, and I don't have any plans to do any root crops. Now, while that unloads, I'd like to just run down over here, because there's something that I want to have a look at. I should now have the correct mod on here. The edited version of this one. Right, this is looking promising. There, I've got input 47,944 input grass and 15,000 output hay. So I've got exactly the right amount. It's working. It's showing that it's working. So I don't need to do anything else on here. I can open product menu. Yeah, I've got 2.5 million litres of grass available to go in, and 2.5 million litres to come out if I want to. Productivity 100,000 litres per hour. That is the one that has been altered ever so slightly so that it runs on electricity rather than burning wood chips for the grass, because the people that run our that would be Jimmy J, who runs our Jimmy J and Smoodelini mostly. They altered it because they felt that for the purposes of the multiplayer series, the multiplayer live stream, I should say, it was a little bit more realistic to have a... Now, I had that course over there, didn't I? A course where it would just go and empty out. So let's see if we can do something with that. Right, at the moment I've got drive course. I want to clear current course. Yeah, they felt that wood chips, burning stuff to dry hay, possibly could be a fire hazard, so that's why they changed it round. Here we go. Right, field 6 temp. Did I have a... It wasn't those two. Those two were something else, weren't they? Mowing, hey, is it just field 3, maybe? What's this one? What is this course? I had a course, but I don't know what it... that just says field... Oh, that field 3 is... No, that's not the fertilizer, so I don't know what field 3 one is. Field 2 hay, field 2. Field 6 temp. I don't think I saved the course. I had a course where I would drive over to the hay thing, and I don't think I saved it. Right, the Zerion has reached the trigger point. That's good. He's finished doing the field over there. We'll worry about that in a minute. So I'm going to go on here like this, and at the moment I'm on field 1. Field 1 mowing. But what I want to do is I want to start course recording. Like that. And I want to start this one. Wait a minute, that's... Clear that. That's field work. Transfer, drive from start to finish. Combi, empty combine offload. Grain transport. I think it's the grain transport one that I want. So start course recording from here. I mean, I don't know. It might not be grain transport that I want, but I think it is. And I'm just going to drive along in this field in here to do this one. And then I'm going to come out there. And I can't see very well because of where the... Yeah, this is where I've made a mistake. I shouldn't have done it like that, but never mind. Because of where the Courseplay thing is, and I can't change it round, I don't know if I can close it while I'm recording. So I'm not going to take that risk. I'm just going to bring this back over here, because I know so little about this that it's probably better not to mess with it. So I'm going to bring this one over here like this, over to this side, and I'm going to stop right there. Stop. Right. So I've got that one there. I'm not going to bother saving that one. I'm going to go with drive course a minute. It's opening that one. Let's get rid of that. Let's see if it actually does it first. Let's see if it drives the course and... So why is he opened and then closed the lids on that? He's certainly driving the course here. Let's just see if he does actually go through, drive the course, and then... well, get to that point over there, then stop and unload. I'm hoping that he stops and unloads right there. That's the plan with this, is he'll stop and unload. And I can do another temporary course over on this bit. He's opening up the top of it, like he should. He's bringing over to there, and he's stopping. And he's unloading as well. Okay, this is good. But I don't know how to combine courses, because I'm not able to see comments on that bit. So I'm not sure how to combine this course with the course on the field over there. Whether it's even possible to do that. Whether it's possible to have them doing this on the field and then also doing the other bit as well. So we're just going to wait for this one to run through. I tell you what, I'll let that one go to the end of his course because it doesn't really matter now. I'll go back and I go to you. You're the one that I want. And I'm going to take this one back up to the field so that we can get it back onto the tractor, get the trailer back onto the tractor. Then we can go and unload that combine, and the combine can keep going with the harvest up there. Then once we've done that, we can come back down to the tractor down here, and we can carry on picking up the grass that's in our fields. The problem with Courseplay, it's leaving the bits on the corners. I don't know if there's any way to correct that. I imagine there probably isn't any way to correct that, unless I go over it with a rake or something. Maybe going over it with a rake would do something? I don't actually know. I got no clue on that one. So if there is a way to do it, then let me know, and in next week's episodes, I'll see if I can do something about it. Let's just bring that back to there like that. And then I want to go... Oh. Right. Stop, driver. I don't want you to just keep running the course continuously. That's the temporary course, so I don't really know how to deal with that. That's just going to keep going through that course completely. So I've obviously got something going wrong there that I shouldn't have. You're just waiting to unload, so we'll get you next, and we will back you round, and then we can get that combine unloaded, and then we're probably going to have to guide that combine back into the rest of the field that it needs to do, because it's only got that little bit over there. That won't take very long. Then we can go and see the Xerion. We've got this field up here that we want to do as well. And that can, should be able to be done with Courseplay without any problem. We've got the Courseplay courses there. This one is pushing sideways quite a bit. Just notice there, the tracks then, when I was turning that, were definitely sliding as I was trying to push it. But it's done now. There, I can do that. And then I want to go to that one and lift it up off the ground like that. Then we can go racing up here. And we can get this combine on. It's going to be good to see this whole field here being done with the rake. Getting all of the raking done up and down the field so that it's ready to start baling. And then once it's ready to start baling, we'll have the rake, we'll go over it, and I'm wondering then if the course is going to be, is the baler going to actually be gathering everything up if we're going across it all with the rake? Is it going to be sort of in line with everything being picked up? Because the mowers are not trailed on the Xerion, I am wondering if that's why we're leaving quite so much behind us in the field as we're going along. And I'm sort of thinking that if we were to go over it all with a rake before we go and pick it all up, maybe that would be a way to stop us leaving great big chunks of stuff behind. Right, that one is empty there. How is it going to cope with doing the rest of the field? Is it just going to turn round and stop, or is he going to actually go back over and keep going on those bits over there? It could go either way. But the fact that it is turning around at the moment suggests that maybe it will be alright with going all the way up through here. So I'm just going to stop the tractor right there. Ah, no, it didn't like it. I don't want you, I want you. Didn't like it, it couldn't read the next bit. So it just turned round ready and then decided it couldn't find the field, so it's just going to give up. So we're going to have to manually move this one up here. Then it can carry on and do what it's doing. Just like that. And bring you over to there like that. And away you go. Right. What possible unknown reason could you have for stopping there? What? There was a insect that flew past the window and scared you and made it so that you were completely unable to do your job? Honestly, at this point, nothing would surprise me. Right, that one can carry on there. The truck is fine. You are the next one that I would like to do something with. So let's have a look in here. I want to go to these. I got field 1 mowing right there. So I'm going to load course. Oh, field 2 hay. Maybe that's the track that I already had. That could be it, field 2 hay. Field 1 mowing. Load course, append course at end. Right, append course at end, 2 combined courses. So now I got one course going after the other. Maybe that's how it's supposed to be. And right, if I start the course at the next available point, and I'm going to make that next available point here. So I want to go there a minute, and I want to go here, and I want to do that. There, see, I've got that bit. It's going that way, and it goes up there, and it comes back down this way. Okay, I need to make sure that I need to have this one round the right way to do this. So I'm going to bring that one around like that. Well, that's about all we've got time for in today's episode, so we're going to go and take a little bit of a break. We need to chill out on the beach, relax, and build up some strength. So while we're doing that, if you've enjoyed the episode, then could you please head down below and give us a like, and if you really enjoyed it, then please tell your friends all about me, get them to come and watch as well, that would be awesome. And until next time, thank you very much for watching. This is Frithgar, goodbye, and see you later.